Dogecoin family, welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. I just want to start off by saying thank you to you guys for showing amazing amount of love on these updates. It's just been amazing to see the feedback and the support that you guys are showing. Again, continue supporting, and your boy got you covered on these daily updates. But let's waste no more time and take a look at what's really happening with Dogecoin here right now. So looking across the board, we are seeing meme coins once again showing significant strength. You're looking at the likes of Pepe Bonk, obviously even Dogecoin with really leading the way. Maybe Dogecoin isn't really making the moves like Pepe and Bonk. Of course, those are projects with lower valuation compared to Dogecoin, but the entire market is picking up, and that is what really is exciting. The fact that the category of meme coins are outpacing utility projects is something that is quite interesting to keep an eye out on, and really shows you that meme coins are not just not attractive. These are very attractive things that people are adding to their portfolio. This is a way to diversify your portfolio. Of course, people that are adding meme coins obviously take more risk compared to utility projects, but they are very, very hyped and hot, and we can see that once again. Just take a look at the way that things have performed. You're really looking at which category really is leading the way, and that is the meme coin category. So the king of the meme coin market, of course, is Dogecoin. We've spoken about this day in, day out. There's no question about that. The valuation speaks for itself. It's ranked top 8th in the entire crypto space, and of course, when you put it from that perspective, it really gives you a better understanding how big of a deal this really is. So the price of Dogecoin at 24.67 cents, up 2.7% in USD, also up 3.1% today in Bitcoin comparative. Reason why we're up in Bitcoin comparative is because dominance is pulling down, which of course is giving us more of a push, to head towards the upside, especially in Bitcoin comparative side of things. But looking at the valuation, it's approaching $37 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume for Dogecoin is at about $3 billion. But before we get into any further, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in cryptocurrency. So we're going to take a look at the broader meme coin market. Let's give it a refresh live here for us and really understand what we're looking at. It's just loading on our end, and then we will kind of see if some of the numbers have changed. So as far as the broader meme coin market cap is combined, it's at $82 billion with a 6.2% increase. Once again, what I really want you guys to look at is the last 7 days. You're really looking at the last 7 days showing significant gains for memes. And today alone, you're seeing some double-digit gainers. Mew is up about 25.6%. Dog is up 16.8%. And you're looking at Dog with Hat killing it recently. Pepe, the list goes on and on. So again, gives us more of a confirmation what we've been talking about, how, I was sensing memes really outpacing utility projects. It has done exactly that. But let's take a closer look at Dogecoin, really understand what's happening, and of course what we could be expecting as far as the price is concerned. You're looking at, the dominance pulling down. You can see, the dominance went down from, 64.28% down to where we are currently. And, Bitcoin did the same thing. I said this in my Pepe update if you did end up watching it. If not, it's totally fine. You did see, Bitcoin see a retracement. Usually, when Bitcoin sees a retracement, you would expect that, hold on, maybe, dominance is going to start picking up in fear. But guess what? This time around, Bitcoin is pretty much in price discovery mode, and, the market overall is hyped. It's heating up. And, as you do see Bitcoin, retracing down, if dominance is high, if it were to pull down, that means money is actually not leaving the crypto space, is actually going back into the alts, and that's exactly what's happening right now, and that is the driving force behind such a big green day for a lot of projects right now. So that explains what's really happening. So what's really next for Bitcoin? If Bitcoin drops below $110,000, we could go down to 109, maybe even retesting the 109.5k range, because of course that was a previous all-time high earlier this year. But so far so good, guys. Bitcoin is looking amazing. I obviously haven't extended the Fibonacci's just yet. I'm going to give it a little bit more days. But anyhow, let's take a look at what's really happening with Dogecoin, because it's heating up. What we've discussed over the last few days is really starting to show, and it's really starting to show much faster than a lot of people expected. You guys can see, we waked up to 25.5 cents. Obviously, we didn't really see a new monthly high. but we're on the verge of really setting out of this range and start going to the main level. The main level I've been speaking to you guys about is the 61.8, a very, very important level to be looking out for. And we are literally just a 6% move for us to break out and hit a new monthly high. And my target is the 61.8 key resistance. I am expecting, I've said this 1,000 times, I do expect we do see something like this. We might see a little bit of choppy levels around here. If we break out, I am expecting the 61.8 retest to happen. Might see a little bit of a cool off, potentially even taking us back down to the 26 cents. I would not even be surprised if that were to happen. But if the volume is on our side and dominance were to pull down and Bitcoin holds around where it is, I am expecting the fireworks to really start kicking in for Dogecoin. So so far so good. Really like what I'm seeing. As we discussed in our yesterday's update, this market can move up very, very fast. You'd be surprised. Look at what happened just, Q4 of last year. Things just went parabolic instantly. And I think this next wave could really take the price of Dogecoin and multiple different assets towards all-time highs. So that would be very exciting, of course. So I'm going to keep you guys covered. Don't forget to hit that red subscribe button if you have not done so already. I love each and every one of you guys. I need your support on another level. Of course, people want to know about the ETFs. No one could have even imagined that, we could see a Dogecoin ETF or a meme coin ETF to begin with. But, meme coins are not, just an ordinary thing at this point. People are very excited. Institutions are aware of it. Hence, you did see 21 shares come and file for an ETF. And that is going to be obviously very exciting. Of course, that has been paused and delayed by the SEC for pretty much a lot of different assets, but really shows you where things are and how meme coins stand. At the end of the day, 99.9%, I'm going to be clear about that. I've been clear about this since day one. 99.9% of these meme coins are going to go to zero. So if you don't lock those profits in when you see them, you're just going to be left behind. You're just going to round trip from literally the top to the bottom. So that's not what you want to be doing. Love each and every one of you guys. We'll see you later in Crypto ZX and peace out.